When you think of Cornwall, what comes to mind? It's probably beautiful beaches and quaint fishing villages. You might picture surfers catching waves under a clear blue sky, or maybe you imagine walking along rugged cliffs with the sea crashing below. This is the Cornwall you see on postcards and on telly. It's the idyllic dream that brings millions of people here every single year. They come for a slice of paradise, a break from their busy lives. This version of Cornwall is very real, but it's only one side of the story, the side that's polished up and sold to the world. It's a beautiful but incomplete picture of what life is actually like here. But for the people who live here all year round, the reality is often quite different. It's not always sunshine and ice cream. Living in Cornwall means dealing with things that tourists never see. It's about facing challenges that don't make it into the holiday brochures. We're talking about the struggle to find a decent job or an affordable place to live. It's about the constant worry over making ends meet in a place where wages are low, but the cost of living is surprisingly high. This is the other Cornwall, the one that exists behind the scenic backdrop, and its story needs to be told just as much. The contrast between the two can be jarring. In the summer, you see visitors enjoying expensive meals in seaside restaurants, but local families might be struggling to afford their weekly shop. Tourists rent stunning holiday cottages with sea views for a week. Meanwhile, young people who grew up here can't find anywhere to rent, let alone buy. This isn't about blaming tourists, it's about understanding the deep divide that exists. It's a tale of two very different experiences happening in the very same place, often just streets apart from each other. The postcard version is lovely, but the everyday reality for many is a constant battle. And it's not just about money, it's about the fabric of the community itself. When local pubs and shops cater more to seasonal visitors than to the residents, it changes the feel of a place. It can create a sense of being a stranger in your own home. Even the landscape, so celebrated and beautiful, brings its own set of practical problems. Life here is shaped by more than just the tides and the seasons. It's shaped by economic pressures and social issues that are deeply rooted in the county's identity. Understanding these struggles is the first step to seeing the full, complex picture of Cornwall. There's no denying that tourism is the lifeblood of Cornwall's economy. It brings in a massive amount of money and creates thousands of jobs in hotels, cafes, and attractions. Many local businesses simply wouldn't survive without the summer rush. When the visitors arrive, the county comes alive with a buzz and an energy that is exciting. You see towns that were quiet all winter suddenly bustling with people. For many, this influx is welcome. It means work, it means income, and it means the region gets the attention it deserves on a national stage. This positive side is important. It keeps Cornwall on the map. But this reliance on tourism comes at a significant cost. From July to August, the population of Cornwall practically doubles. The roads become completely gridlocked. A simple 10-minute journey to the supermarket can turn into an hour-long ordeal, stuck in a seemingly endless queue of cars, caravans, and camper vans. The A30, the main artery through the county, becomes a symbol of this summer frustration. It's a constant source of stress for residents who are just trying to get to work, to a doctor's appointment, or to see their family. The infrastructure just wasn't built to handle this sheer volume of people, and every summer it buckles under the strain. It's not just the traffic. The crowds can be overwhelming. Popular beaches like Fistral or Porthcurno become so packed that you can barely see the sand. Trying to find a parking spot is a competitive sport. The quiet, peaceful atmosphere that locals cherish for 9 months of the year completely vanishes. It can feel like your home has been invaded, taken over by a temporary population that doesn't always understand or respect the local way of life. This pressure creates a real tension between the need for tourist money and the desire for a bit of peace and quiet in your own community. It's a difficult balance to strike. This seasonal boom also creates an unstable job market. Many of the jobs are temporary, lasting only for the tourist season. This means that for the rest of the year, many people are left looking for work or relying on benefits. It creates a cycle of uncertainty that makes it hard to plan for the future. You might have a job for 6 months, but what happens when the visitors go home and the cafe closes for the winter? This dependency on one industry, especially a seasonal one, leaves the local workforce vulnerable and contributes to the economic challenges that so many Cornish families face year after year. You might think that living in a rural county like Cornwall would be cheaper than in a big city, but that's a common misconception. The cost of living here is a huge burden for local people. Everything from a pint of milk to a tank of petrol seems to cost more. Because we're at the end of a long peninsula, transport costs get added to almost everything we buy. So while wages are some of the lowest in the UK, the prices in the shops are often higher than in other parts of the country. It's a tough equation to balance, especially for families with children or those on a fixed income. This financial pressure hits young people the hardest. Imagine growing up here, going to a local school, and then realizing you can't afford to stay in the place you call home. The housing market is the biggest barrier. An average house in Cornwall costs many times the average local salary. This makes getting on the property ladder an impossible dream for most. Even renting is incredibly difficult. There's a severe shortage of long-term rental properties because so many landlords can make more money by letting their houses out to holidaymakers for a week at a time. This pushes rental prices up to levels that are simply unaffordable for young people on local wages. The lack of opportunities after finishing school is another major problem. Many bright, ambitious young people feel they have no choice but to leave Cornwall to find work. The jobs that are available are often in hospitality or retail, and they are typically low-paid and seasonal. There just aren't enough skilled, well-paid, year-round careers to keep them here. This creates a brain drain, where the county loses its next generation of talent to cities like Bristol, London, or Manchester. It's a sad situation when young people are forced to choose between staying in the community they love and building a future for themselves. Even the basics, like housing, come with serious issues. Many of the older properties that are available for rent suffer from damp. It's a common problem in Cornwall because of the wet climate. This can lead to mold and serious health problems, especially for children and the elderly. Getting help from the council or landlords can be a slow and frustrating process. Some families find themselves stuck in homes that are making them sick with little power to change their situation. It's a hidden crisis happening behind closed doors that adds another layer of hardship to the struggle of everyday life here. Beyond the day-to-day money worries, there are other deep-seated issues that cast a shadow over Cornwall's future. One of these is a health concern that most people outside the county have never even heard of: radon. Radon is a natural radioactive gas that comes from the granite rock that lies beneath our feet. In some parts of Cornwall, the levels are among the highest in the country. Long-term exposure to high levels of radon is a leading cause of lung cancer, second only to smoking. While new homes are built with protective measures, many older properties have no protection at all, leaving families unknowingly exposed to this invisible risk. Then there's the constant disruption from roadworks. It feels like every main road is permanently under construction. While these upgrades are meant to improve the infrastructure in the long run, the short-term reality is a nightmare of diversions, temporary traffic lights, and even longer journey times. For people who already face a long commute, it adds yet another layer of stress and frustration to their daily lives. It's a common complaint you'll hear in any Cornish town. The roads are either jammed with tourists or being dug up. There seems to be no middle ground, no period of calm. Inside schools, there are other battles being fought. Bullying is a significant problem, just as it is in many parts of the country. But in small, tight-knit communities, it can feel even more intense and inescapable. When everyone knows everyone, it can be harder for a child who is being targeted to find a safe space. This can have a lasting impact on their mental health and their education. It's another challenge that families have to navigate, a worry that exists far away from the idyllic images of children playing happily on the beach. It's a reminder that social problems don't disappear just because the scenery is beautiful. All these issues, the high cost of living, the lack of jobs, the housing crisis, health concerns, and social pressures, paint a complex and challenging picture. They raise important questions about the future of Cornwall. How can we build a sustainable economy that works for local people, not just for tourists? How can we ensure that the next generation has the opportunity to live and thrive in their home county? Cornwall is a special place with a unique spirit and a proud identity, but to protect that, we have to be honest about the real struggles its people face every single day.